Psalm 75, unto thee, O God, do we give thanks, etc. But I want to, and this is one where we have the contrast, of course. Do not foolishly, be not wicked, etc. You get those vibes in this as well. Indeed, all the Psalms you get contrasts running along. And it's not always easy to pick up the positives that are in the negatives. But quite often in the negatives there are positives. Well, there's one verse here because I just like it when the name Jacob jumps out, and quite often in the Psalms they identify themselves with Jacob. Now, I cannot think of a worse patriarch to be associated with them than Jacob. Maybe the sons of Jacob, there, except Joseph, of course. And this is what it says. But I will declare forever, I will sing praises to the God of Jacob. And Jacob is my God. The God of Jacob is my God. If God has saved you, and you, like Jacob, have struggled throughout your life in one form or another, and some of those can be good struggles, they don't all have to be bad struggles, but you struggled in your life one form or another. I met a beautiful girl who got married quite young, came from a well-to-do family, and she married the wrong person. And they tried to create a lifestyle that was wrong for them. A few years later, I met her, and she told me that she is now divorced, no child. They put off child because they wanted to get things better for themselves. And things had gone wrong. And she was no longer young and no longer had the same beauty that she had in her early teens and 20s. And she could know God of Jacob because things went wrong with Jacob. Now, what are we to do if we have the God of Jacob as our God? It means God has rescued us. God has intervened. God has revealed himself to us. Spiritually, we have a ladder that reaches to heaven where the angels of God can come up and down like Jacob. We've wrestled with God. We've found salvation. We found the Prince of Peace. We've discovered Jesus. And we are still as Jacob. Poor man, the remainder of his life, when he wanted to worship God, he couldn't bend his knees. He just had to lean upon his rod. And in faith, he worshipped God in the most unnatural way for a Jewish man of that time, a patriarch of that time. He says this, I will declare forever. I will be a gospel proclaimer. Now, that's where we fail, isn't it? We don't share the gospel. We don't tell people what God has done to us. We may be like Jacob, but we don't tell people what God has done to us. And do they hear us joyfully proclaiming, I will sing, I will declare and I will sing. There's joy. We don't go to people with a sad gospel, with sad news. It's not sad news. It's not hard news. It's not aggressive news. It's good news. It's joyful news. The angels of God rejoice when a person comes back to him and comes home to him. And so this is your verse for today. In these 10 verses from Psalm 75, I will declare forever, I will sing praise to the God of Jacob. Thank you for listening.